Hello, my dear students. How are you? Hope you are better today. I am also okay. Now I am going to take an English second paper class for the students of class 9 and 10. So welcome to the online class on Chattogram Govt High School, Chattogram. My dear students, I am Abbas Ahmed, Assistant Teacher of English, Chattogram Govt High School, Chattogram. Okay. What will be our today's lesson? Can you guess here? I am telling you the sign. My dear students, I am going to give you some examples of the structural sentences. Number one, as Chattogram Govt High School is situated at the middle of the city, everyone likes to come here. Number two, the old man is too weak to work. Number three, though we have lots of students in our school, we have a very simple school premises. So, my dear young learners, can you guess what is going to happen? What is our today's lesson will be? Okay, yes, simple, compound, complex. Simple, complex, compound. Okay, so dear young learners, dear students, take preparation to take down all the notes I'm going to give you now. Yes, today's outcome of the lesson, learning outcomes of today. Number one, after we have studied this lesson, we will be able to change form of simple, complex, and compound. This is example for you. Now watch this on the screen. Since the weather is very cold, there is no birds or animals in the area. Okay. Okay. Since the weather there. So the weather being very old, there is no birds or animals in their area. Yes, my dear students, you have to see one thing that whenever in complex sentence, since there is one subject whether and another subject there, okay, no similarity between two subjects. So in simple sentence, we have to put two subjects, okay, whether there. We cannot convert any subject from here. We cannot delete any subject from here. Okay, so we have to put the both subject because after since the other is the subject and another subject is the there. There is no similarity between the two subjects. Okay, whenever you come to or go to make it into simple sentence, the subject first subject, then from the for the auxiliary verb am, is, are, was, are, here being, and to the comma, Okay, then again subject. Okay, and again other things as usual you have to put here. Okay, yes. Number one, as the weather was unbearable, we left the place very soon. What will be the answer of the simple sentence? Okay, so the weather here for auxiliary verb being here, and another thing unbearable to the comma, and the left of the sentence will be okay put here without changing any portion here, any word here. So as seen when with different subjects rule. Simple sentence. Subject plus ing with verb plus extension plus principal clause. Okay. Some example. Though he is poor, he is honest. Complex. Okay. Compound. Yes. In the complex, here is though or although. In the compound, okay, at the middle of the sentence, instead of though, we have to put but here. So compound may be he is poor, okay, but honest, or he is honest. Can you understand, my dear learners? Simple. The sentence may be changed into simple like this. For though in simple sentence, in spite of or despite. Then the possessive case of the subject, possessive case. Then being as usual for the auxiliary verb. Okay, then other thing to the comma, and this is unchangeable. Okay, so in spite of his being poor, he is honest. My dear learners, today I am going to give you some examples, for more examples, because example is better than precept. Through these examples for the first time, you will have to understand the structural sentences, simple, compound, complex. Okay, so for though here, in spite of here, okay, he, his, possessive case of he comes here, then be verb for being comes here. You know, am, is, are, was. Instead of am, is, are, was, or are, you have to put here being. But in spite of have, has, had, you have to put here having in simple sentence. Okay? Now, or in spite of his poverty, he is honest. In spite of his poverty, he is honest. What is the sentence? This is the or of the sentence. Okay? Of this sentence. My dear students, you have to keep it in mind that instead of being poor, we should put here the abstract noun of the poor. Okay? Without using being here. Okay? If we want to, if you know the abstract noun of the adjective, we can easily put here abstract noun. Okay? Without changing this portion. Understand? This portion. Okay, in spite of his poverty, he is honest. Role complex. Though, although, subject plus, verb plus, tense plus, extension plus, independent clause. Yes, compound. Subject plus, verb plus, according to tense plus, extension plus, verb plus, independent clause. Okay, this rule must be kept in your mind very strongly with very strong mind. So simple. You can see here uh, below the screen, the last part of the screen, in spite of, despite plus possessive form of the subject plus ing with the verb or noun plus form of adjective and extension plus independent clause as usual. You have to keep it in mind also. Then, very beautiful picture I'm going to show you. Okay, every student, like this guy, the famous footballer of the world. Okay, the best scorer of the world, one of the best scorers of the world. So your attention may be kept here very strongly, I think, because you like it very much. Okay, number one, number one, yes, though he was short, he made the best performance. Simple. What will be the answer of this question, my dear students? Okay, yes, for though you have to put here in spite and then possessive case of the noun he. Okay, possessive case his, then was where for being, then adjective, another thing, then comma, then the first subject or uh, of the sentence. Okay, this subject made the best performance. Okay, my dear students, whenever you want to change complex into simple, you have to put here though although. For the though although, you have to put here in spite or of or despite, then the possessive case of the subject, or without using the possessive case or being, we or you must use here the abstract noun. Abstract noun. What? Abstract noun here. Okay. Okay. By using abstract noun in spite of shortness. Okay. He made the best performance. Now, in spite of his shortness, he made the best performance. Okay. Without using be verb or being, we can use shortness as a abstract noun, as an abstract noun of the above adjective. Okay, practice. Yes, number one, though their weapons were ordinary, they had much courage. Make it compound. What will be the answer, perhaps? Yes, for though, here is part in the at the middle of the sentences in the compound. Okay, so their subject, their weapons were ordinary. For though, here put but, then other thing. They had much courage. So only one thing is clear, that only one thing should be changed here only. For though, you have to put at the middle of the sentence in compound sentence, but. Okay? Their weapons were ordinary, but they had much courage. Number two, in spite of his being poor, he leads an honest life. What will be the complex in answer? Yes, though he is poor, he leads an honest life. My dear learners, can you understand? Can you realize this portion? Okay. For in spite of, you have to put here. We comes here. You can bring here though or although. Though here. Then the subject of the possessive case here. Okay. He. Then verb is. Then adjective. The rest of the and then comma and the rest of the sentences. Though he is poor, he leads an honest life. If you want, I would give you another example. Okay? Number three. He works hard, but he cannot chase his fate. Very, very beautiful feelings here. Very fantastic English here. He works hard, but he cannot chase his fate. Okay? So complex here for but you have to come in complex you have to put here though although at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so now what will be the answer? Okay, though he works hard, he cannot change his fate. My dear students, instead of but in the at the middle of the compound sentence, in complex sentence you have to put here though at the beginning of the sentence, then the subjects, then another thing, comma, then other parts of the sentences as usual. Okay, now, my dear students, I hope that you are enjoying this class very much. He's too weak to work. He's too weak to work. What will be the answer? This is simple sentence. Okay, to. The use of the use of to to the use of to. Okay, in compound. Okay, for to here is very, and that for to here is and. Okay, in simple sentence, to instead of very, and to in the place of and. So he is very weak and cannot walk. Okay, but in complex, what will be the answer? Okay, okay, I say yes. Here he is so. For to and very in complex sentence, so. In simple sentence, to. In compound, very. But in complex sentence, to. Compare among the three sentences. Then the adjective as usual. Okay? We and for to, we have to put here that. But in complex sentence, we have to put two subjects for the same subject. Okay? Here is he, here is he. Because this is present tense, this is present tense can. If there would be first tense, we would put here first tense couldn't. Okay? As it is present tense is, so this is present tense cannot in negative sense. So he is so weak that he cannot work. Yes, cannot work. Okay, rule. Simple sentence. Subject plus verb plus to plus adjective plus to plus verb plus extension. This is okay in compound structure. Subject plus verb plus very plus adjective plus and plus subject again plus cannot or could not plus verb again and then extension if any, and complex structure also. Subject plus verb plus so plus adjective plus that plus subject plus cannot plus could not or and that at the end of verb and that extension. So those are all structures after the some examples. Okay, now this is also an example. The river is too wide to cross. Okay, what will be the complex here? Yes, for two here is so, an adjective, and for there for two here is that, and again the subject pronoun of the river it here, and as this is present tense, so we can put here cannot be crossed. Okay, my dear students, you have to keep it in mind that what is happened here. Okay, cannot be crossed. This is completely passive sense. Okay, This is completely passive sense. If we cannot, if you don't want to use this form of passive sense, we so we can tell here in another way. Okay, the river is so wide that we cannot, or someone cannot cross it. Okay, in active sense, but in passive sense, this sentence should be more clear and more impressive for your great understanding. Okay, so what is what is observing you? What what are you observing, my dear students? Very beautiful scene, very beautiful trees, very big trees. Okay, practice with the big trees under the shades of the trees. I can give you some more examples. Okay, I am too sick to go to school. Compound. So, as usual, I am very sick and cannot go to school. Here, subject plus for to we use here very. Another thing, then for to we use here in compound and then again the same subject, because in simple sentence there can be no use of, there can be no usage of same subject. Okay, because this is the same subject, but in compound, so in some word senses we have to use again the same subject. Okay, after and. Okay, here uh, we cannot we may not use the same subject. Okay, then again subject sentence would be clear. For example, I am very sick and cannot go to school. This is also correct. Understand? Number two, he was too shocked to attend the party. Complex. Too. Okay? What will be the answer? Yes, so that he was so shocked that because past tense could not attend the party. So he was so shocked that he could not attend the party. My dear students, once again, I am telling you one thing, that here is past tense, so we put here couldn't. Okay? For two, so in complex. And for two, simply we we put here that. Then in complex sentence, we have to use two subjects. Okay? So comes here he. Then in the negative sense, couldn't. As in the past tense, before the adjective. Okay, before at the first person, at the first person of the sentences. Number three, he became so crazy that he could not bear with my word. He could not bear with, that means he could not put up with my words. Okay, so in simple, what will be the simple? Yes, he became too crazy to bear with my word, to put up with my word. Okay, to tolerate my word. Okay, bear with means tolerate here. Okay, my dear learners. So these examples, I think, may be very beneficial for you to understand the some structural sentences like this. So again, what will be happen? Yes, Tina goes to market to buy foods. My dear, very dear students, at the beginning of the lecture, I have told you that today I will teach you with some examples the following structural sentences. This is also happening. Okay. Tina goes to market to buy foods. Yes. Compound. Tina wants to buy foods and so he goes to market. Okay. Or Tina goes to market and buy foods in compound. Okay. in another way in compound, in another way. And in complex, Tina goes to market so that, because in Bangla টু দ্বারা উদ্দেশ্য বোঝালে এখানে সো দ্যাট একসাথে হবে। এই সো দ্যাট মানে হচ্ছে যাহাতে, আর এমনি সো ড্যাশ ড্যাশ যেটা আছে ওটা হচ্ছে যে এতই যে, ওকে, ভেরি। সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু পুট হিয়ার সো দ্যাট, বিকজ these two means to objective, to do something. The objective of to do something, to buy something. Okay, so complex maybe Tina goes to market so that he can buy foods. Tina, subject, goes, verb as usual, to market. Okay, and then for two, okay, in simple, you have to put here so that, at a time, so that at a time, not so that, but so that, jate. Then again, in complex sentence, the subject and pronoun of the subject. Okay, Tina, she. For Tina, here is used pronoun she, and this is, as this is the present tense, we put here can. Then another thing happens. Okay, in simple rule. In this case, in this type of sentences, there are some rules. Okay, there's subject plus to plus verb plus infinitive plus dash dash dash. Compound, subject plus, okay, want or wanted, or two, plus verb plus infinitive plus extension, and so, or plus main clause. You have to keep it in mind. Then in or compound, okay, and only and. With the help of and, you have to put it, you have to change it into compound. Complex. In this type of sentences, my dear students, we have to put here so that at the middle of the sentences. Then again the subject or pronoun of the subject. Then cannot or could not, can or could. Can in this subject, then can or could only, affirmative sense. Then another part of the sentence. Okay. My dear students, very, very attractive scene for the Muslims, especially. Okay. Yes, I say my prayer regularly to go to heaven. To go to heaven, এই এখানে এই টু দ্বারা উদ্দেশ্য বোঝানো হয়েছে। ওকে, for your greater benefit I use some more Bengali words, don't mind my dear students. Okay, this is only two comes here. উদ্দেশ্য টু দ্বারা উদ্দেশ্য বোঝালে একসাথে সো দ্যাট হবে। কিরকম সো দ্যাট? যাহাতে, যে সো দ্যাট দ্বারা বাংলায় যাহাতে বোঝায়। ওকে, সো I say my prayers regularly so that again I can go to heaven. Okay, I say my prayer regularly so that I can go to heaven. Yes, what is going with the boy? What happens with the boy? Very, very fantastic and handsome boy, young boy, tender age boy. Okay, angling. Perhaps he is angling. Yes, he goes to the river to catch fish. Compound. Okay, he wants to catch fish and he goes to the river in compound. So another very, very excellent mood of boy, with boy, and very, very handsome young boy is reading something very attentively with some notebooks, nice notebooks with a pencil box or color pencil box, and the globe, okay, beside him. Yeah. These are all things. These are all things. All adorn the boy. These all things adorn the boy. Very nice. Okay. Number two, he studied hard to make a good result. These, yes, yes, these two. Where is the two? Yes, two. Two. Two means objective. What will be the objective of the boy? The objective of the boy, the aim of the boy, to make good results. So here, so that, okay, he studied hard so that, but studied is the first tense. You have to put here could or might. So he studied hard so that again he could make a good result. Okay, he studied hard so that he could make good result. Okay, very very attentively reads. Thank you so much, my dear students. So these are all for today, and we will see again in the next class. Khuda Hafiz.